The feds just uncovered in Floyd Mayweather's house is terrifying. They're going after Floyd Mayweather's bag. Remember the brother that walked around with $100 million check in his bag, said he ain't even got to cash it? Well, they on his line.
I think he got to right now because the money going. So the money's really...
In a shocking turn of events, the FBI has reportedly exposed what's being called a $420 million scam tied to boxing icon Floyd Money Mayweather. Federal agents raided his extravagant Las Vegas mansion, uncovering alleged evidence of large-scale financial fraud, phony investments, and questionable offshore accounts. The findings have sent shockwaves through the sports world and cast a dark cloud over Mayweather's carefully curated image of wealth and success. What turned this scandal into a full-blown media firestorm was none other than Stephen A. Smith. ESPN's most outspoken commentator didn't hold back with his trademark passion and intensity.
We're toys. They call us the $1 million garage.
I know we're on television, Floyd, but I think it's necessary for me to say, damn.
Well, we are on ESPN. These are sports cars. This is a sports network. This car costs $3.2 million. This Bugatti right here costs $1.6 million. You ain't seen these toys?
I haven't seen these?
No.
What? Floyd, this is 7 cars, man. Silver, platinum, Miami, black LA, white Vegas.
Smith unleashed a fiery response on national television, expressing deep disappointment and disbelief. He questioned how someone with Mayweather's fortune and influence could get caught up in such a massive scheme, calling it one of the biggest black eyes in modern sports history. Smith's emotional reaction captured the sentiments of fans across the country, a mix of anger, betrayal, and confusion. As the investigation unfolds, the world watches closely to see how this alleged scam...
What's up, everybody? So check it out. This morning I was walking through Beverly Hills and I passed by Floyd Mayweather's $30 million mansion. It's over 15,000 square feet with 6 bedrooms, 10 bathrooms, resort-style backyard.
Mayweather's legacy. For a man who built his brand on undefeated dominance, this could be the toughest fight of his life, and one he can't dodge.
My lifestyle, showing the people how I live. Now, I know you guys see me on the regular talking about real estate. Well, lately, I purchased 62 apartment buildings in New York City. And what I need you guys to do, slide over and check out the photos. It's not all 62 buildings, it's a few buildings, but guess what? All the buildings belong to me. I don't have no partners. And all the retail down low on my buildings all belong.
Mayweather's multi-million-dollar mansion in Las Vegas, long known as a symbol of his lavish lifestyle, became the center of an explosive federal investigation that could shake the foundation of his financial empire. Reports began flooding in shortly after FBI agents were seen entering the sprawling estate, confirming that the raid was part of a larger probe into what authorities are calling a complex.
$1.8 million.
$1.8 million watch.
$1.8 million?
You're the first to see it.
That's insane. That
1.8 is high.
Ooh.
18 life.
That happy birthday, champ. That's how we go. 1 point. That is sick, dude.
But wow. You gotta show what he's saying.
Money green.
No, hold on. This watch was made specifically for the champ, Floyd Money Mayweather. 101 piece.
One of one.
Money team. Can we see it on him? Yes, sir.
That one of one.
$1.8 million.
I think it's a one of one.
And far-reaching financial scheme, according to sources close to the investigation. The operation centers around a tangled web of shell companies, alleged cryptocurrency laundering, and a series of fraudulent investment ventures, all of which are reportedly linked to Mayweather and individuals in his financial circle. The raid, described as swift but thorough, was carried out by federal agents armed with search warrants targeting electronic devices, financial documents, and digital records. While Mayweather himself has not been formally charged.
With one hand. He constantly broke his hand. Yeah. He would go into a ring knowing he had no shot at knocking somebody out because his hands were hurt too much. And literally walked in the ring and said, I'm gonna embarrass you and humiliate you by showing the world you can't hit me.
His direct connection to the entities under scrutiny has raised serious questions about his involvement, whether intentional or unwitting. Shell companies often use to mask the flow of money and shield the true identity of those involved are said to have played a central role in the operation. Investigators believe these entities were created to move large sums of money across international borders without drawing suspicion. Some of these shell corporations reportedly operated under the guise of real estate holdings and entertainment ventures, while in reality,
Why? Talk to me about why you make the decision to drive different colored cars in respective cities.
Spoiled brat.
Oh, just being a brat?
Just being a brat.
The 7 cars that you showed me
Yes.
are in excess of 15 to $20 million.
Let me see what's the number. We go 300.
And you don't drive them.
It's close to 15 million. You're right. It's close to 15 million.
they function as fronts for illicit financial activity. Adding to the complexity is the role of cryptocurrency. Authorities claim that millions of dollars were funneled through various crypto platforms, with the purpose of laundering money obtained through fraudulent means. These digital assets, once cleaned through the blockchain, were then allegedly reinvested into ventures that appeared legitimate on the surface, ranging from tech startups.
Greatest boxer in history. He's absolutely sensational. But he retired years ago, and for me personally, I know these exhibition matches are entertaining. I like the one with Conor McGregor, not so much the one with Logan Paul. Looking at these exhibitions and all of that stuff, that little melee and stuff don't matter to me. As far as I'm concerned, it could have potentially been orchestrated. I don't know. But I do know not just anybody should be allowed to be in the ring with Floyd Money Mayweather.
2 luxury asset acquisitions. The use of crypto, which offers a degree of anonymity and decentralized control, made tracing the transactions particularly challenging for law enforcement. What has shocked many observers is the potential scale of the fraud. Preliminary estimates suggest that the scheme could involve upwards of $420 million, a staggering figure that, if proven true...
Logan Paul, he said you owe him some bread. How you feel about someone making those type of accusations?
That comes with the territory.
Right.
You know, the money is not coming fast enough. That's why when they say money on the back end, as far as pay-per-view, it take a while, you know? And he shouldn't trip. If he feel like he done great numbers and we done record-breaking numbers, then I understand. Nothing comes right away. Just like I'm still collecting checks from fights 7 or 8 years ago. I'm still collecting checks. Why? Because I made smart moves and I'm my own boss. So
would rank among the largest financial scandals connected to a high-profile athlete. Some of the fake investment ventures pitched to unsuspecting investors promise unrealistic returns, and were allegedly endorsed by individuals claiming to have ties to Mayweather's brand. While fans and analysts are still reeling from the news, the implications are potentially devastating.
Right, with Business Insider. So according to another update, he did ink a $402 million deal for a Black Spruce portfolio. When he said that it was all his and no one invested, he meant no one was funding his part of the investment but him. And so I think this is something where maybe he owns a piece of this or shares in it, but it hasn't changed hands because the majority owner is still the same owner that it was before. I'm trying to understand what happened with this, but I know there's a story that's circulating, so just putting it out there. Whew, it's a tough one. I'm trying to understand, as a real estate person myself, what exactly he is
Mayweather, who built his public persona around being a savvy businessman and undefeated champion, now faces a very different kind of fight, one that can not only tarnish his legacy, but also have serious legal consequences as the investigation unfolds.
Has reportedly acquired 62 buildings in Upper Manhattan, spending approximately $402 million. This substantial investment was made through his real estate firm, Vada Properties. And
questions remain: was Mayweather an active participant, a negligent bystander, or a victim of manipulation by those in his inner circle?
Have any money. So Floyd is the highest earning athlete in his career, making over $1.1 billion. And after making a killing, he ended up retiring in 2017. However, he dug himself in.
Questions remain: was Mayweather an active participant, a negligent bystander, or a victim of manipulation by those in his inner circle?